Welcome to the Spahn Ranch. The Spahn Ranch. If that name sounds familiar to you, it was because it was on this property more than 20 years ago that Charles Manson and his devoted followers plotted their brutal and bloody crimes. It's fitting that we should be on this property today because this program will focus on what's left of Charles Manson's legacy. Not just the old buildings, but the people. The people who are still loyal to the mad architect of Helter Skelter.
Feed?
Hi. Tourists come by? Still?
Not so often any longer. They used to come by quite often, at least once a week.
And from where?
All over the world.
Really? Like where?
Oh, Europe. I think we even had some people from Japan one time. And sometimes they speak English and sometimes they don't. But they all say Manson or the Spahn.
And how do you treat them? You haven't allowed filming here.
Very coolly.
I bet. It must be a real nuisance.
Yes.
Is it spooky, too, in a way?
Absolutely not. The property is so beautiful that we totally forgot the story behind it.
Now, I understand the state has already bought the old Spahn Ranch.
The majority of it.
And you're selling the 10 acres that you have left.
Yes.
Is that with a sense of sadness or a sense of relief?
Sadness, definitely.
Really? So where will you go?
Possibly up north.
And will you always have the connection of the lady who owned the Spahn Ranch?
Hopefully not. Not everyone is aware of the significance of this place. They just look at it as Oak Valley Farms.
For some reason, not locked. That's correct. It was ajar, open.
Found in this bedroom, right there on the floor, parallel to the dresser, parallel to the bed between the two. 2 lamps had fallen and tethered her about the neck, one on each side. She had crawled approximately 2 feet, crawling to escape the murderous girls.
How many wounds did she receive?
She received 41 stab wounds, most of them with the bayonet, some scratches by a fork. 41 stab wounds, mostly in the back.
After the homicides, and after they used the blood of the victims to write on the walls, they took showers?
They did. Tex Watson, in his book, Will You Die For Me, said that they all showered together in the bathroom. That's an impossibility. This is the actual shower. It's a one-stall shower. So they showered separately, and that was the only bath in the house.
And afterwards, then, just calmly left?
They sat down and ate, and they petted the dog, and they walked out the front door and left it unlocked. They had a snack, they petted the dog, they walked out the front door, and they left it unlocked.
Tapes rolling.
Describe the condition of Leno's body.
The room was in disarray from somewhat of a struggle. Leno was lying on his back. He had a fork protruding out of his stomach. He had a pillowcase over his head, and it was tied. He had a pillow thrown against his face, and he had been stabbed some 26 times by Charles Tex Watson.
Tapes is rolling.
And after the shower?
Well, before the shower, they dipped their hand in blood.
Oh, we know that. We know
Okay,
that.
okay.
Oh, back.
Ready? Tapes rolling.
The killers came into this kitchen. They opened the refrigerator. They had a snack. They ate the food of Rosemary and Leno LaBianca. On that refrigerator was written the words "Helter Skelter" by Patricia Krenwinkel. Interestingly, it was misspelled and it had the word "heel" in it. They ate in this kitchen after they killed the victims while they were still in the house.
Murder is hard work.
Murder is hard work.
Tapes rolling.
How did they write their messages?
It appears that they used an object that they dipped into the blood of Leno LaBianca, his body lying right here, and then Patricia Krenwinkel just reached over and put the words up there, the word "rise," and then took the same blood and walked into the kitchen and wrote "Helter Skelter."
Would they use a paintbrush?
I'll have to check it. It was either paper towel or it was a cloth. It was later found.
Tapes rolling.
This door then was open.
This door was open, unlocked, ajar, about 2 inches. 2 o'clock in the morning, thereabouts. Even though the Tate murders happened just the night before, and Leno and Rosemary had just heard about that from the news vendor at Hillhurst and Franklin. The door was, he had a racing form open. He was big into gambling, $500 a week habit. His apple beer was spilled over in the conflict. They subdued him. Charles Manson and Tex Watson coming in together. They subdued him, and probably Tex went to the bedroom to get Rosemary, bring her in here. They were tied up back to back and put on the floor in front of this couch.
Any theory on why, after Tex and Charlie walked back down to the street to get the girls, why didn't the LaBiancas attempt to flee?
Geraldo, I've wondered that. It appears they were tied up back to back with the rawhide off of Charles Manson's vest. I don't have any knowledge their feet were tied. They were told, "We only want to rob you. We're not going to hurt you. Nothing will happen to you." I just have to think in the back of their mind Sharon Tate's name had to start coming, like this is bizarre. But they stayed here. I think as I've walked to the street back and forth and now done it with you, that there was 8 to 10 minutes by the time they went back to the car. Patricia Krenwinkel says they smoked a cigarette, they got their instructions, and then Watson and the 2 girls came back up here to do their dirty deeds. The people stayed tied up. At that time, this hill was vacant back here. I think they could have gotten out of here. They could have hidden. Why didn't they scream out for help? I don't know. Either they knew the killers, and that's why the dog really didn't bark, or it was a mafia hit, and they really believe nothing's worth dying over. Let them have whatever valuables they want. Remember, Leno LaBianca had silver laying around here. Rosemary's purse was right here next to us. There was all kinds of weapons in the house. He was an avid collector of guns and rifles. Why they didn't protect themselves, I don't know. It's a mystery.